is where pretty much all of the biggest defense contractors are.
It's in Arlington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the Aerospace Corporation, you have the IDA, you have the CNA, the Center for Naval Analyses. And I really think the amount of money that's moved can't really be tracked because I myself have talked to witnesses who have seen cash moved, like physical bales of cash taken to locations.
Most of the transactions are in cash. And this is something that most, even people I've talked to, have talked about, that's how they do things. Everything's self-funded in that regard, right? So if you have a program that you can benefit off of siphoning funds from the government, right? Tax dollars that get allocated to that, but then you don't have to tell people what you're specifically doing. You just say, yeah, it's going to this program and we need 60 billion for it, right? So then when it gets to a point of them actually generating own revenue by themselves, they still need that lifeline of government funding because then it gives them a purpose because the government gives them the legal authority to do so. If the government was like, you know what, we know what you guys are doing, it's bullshit, we're gonna go ahead and cut off funding, well, they're still making money, but that's the thing that they'll discover is how they're making money, which is not in a legal sense, right? Because it's still kept from the government. You're using tax dollars to generate programs, which then can generate revenue, which then enrich certain people's lives, or they use it to replicate technologies, if you will. So essentially, if they figure out everything they're doing is illegal, then guess what? They're not going to risk it. So what are they going to do? They're going to continue lying to everybody on Capitol Hill. And because some of these senators and politicians are also read into this, but at least maybe they're getting, hey, I'll give you a couple million for a campaign. Just don't look over here.
Right.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, you have, Congressman Mike Turner, who represents the
he got pulled off.
district that Wright Pat is in. Wright-Patterson, which is the center of all UFO lore and reverse engineering back to Roswell. And I believe his top three donors are Boeing, Lockheed, and maybe I'm getting the third one, Raytheon.
It's Raytheon.
It is Raytheon. And he basically helped nix the eminent domain clause,
well,
as part of
I'll explain why that happened, all right? Now, everybody thinks, oh, shit, that sucked, and that we didn't get anything out of that. Yes, we did. We understand that it's always going to be one step forward, two steps back. We're going to figure out what's going on and who's a part of what. When that was gutted and who opposed it was basically saying, hey, we're the ones that oppose it.